It's been a while since I've done a video on my local finds, at least at a convention or local stores, just because I haven't really been going to many lately. I just haven't had time. But this time I did go to Ec3, which is East Coast Collectibles Convention, and the past few I went to, I didn't really pick up anything of that significance to really report on. This time I went though, I thought it'd be fun to share what I picked up. I didn't grab anything significantly special this time, but I thought it was still worth sharing. So in no particular order except for what comes up last, I got here some non-holo rares. I picked these up for about $1 each. By about $1 each, I mean an actual dollar each. I got these all for $1. They're in pretty good condition except a few of them. The Electrobus, for example, that's scuffed. The Victory Bell scuffed too. The B-Drill base set 2, it's got a little dent here, but other than that, they're in pretty good condition. Especially the B-Drill and the Doug Drill here. So I got these for $1, which is usually what I try to get non-holo rares at. Then I got these here. These are a part of a bigger set actually. I got these alongside with this whole entire stack of cards right here. So these are just going to be, if you want to say vintage bulk, but I got these for $4 each, well, with the exception of that Impossible Professor Oak. But I got some of these, like I was missing 2 Poliwhirls for my play set. I was missing 3 Polygons, I only got 2, so I did, oh no, I got actually, yeah, I did need 2, not 3. It's a Shadowless De-Evolution Spray, and then some more non-holo rares here. I also got these for promo for the starters. Base set War Turtle, I think I needed a copy of that, so I grabbed it. And then these are more play sets I needed. And at the very end here, I have an Aerodactyl, which is really great because it's a non-holo rare from the set, but it's scuffed, so you know, it's just going to be a play set. So I got these on top of all this stuff right here, and all this right here. This is actually all first edition cards, and they're in really great condition. Like these are first edition non-holos. The Hypno's the only rare one, and it's in like nearly crisp condition, like nearly perfect condition. And all these, I got these for $1. So there's a lot of cards here. I forgot how many there was. I think when I counted it, it was like, I want to say about $90 of 4 for 100. 4 for 100. Wow, $90 for 4 for $1. And these are in really good condition. Like they're very, very clean. These are commons. Unfortunately, it's a lot of fossil and jungle commons, which isn't a problem because I like to have a lot of the same stuff. I like to have a lot of copies, but these are actually like very good. You got a little discoloring, but surface-wise, they're like in great condition. Oh, there's Team Rocket here too. That's the big bulk of it, is Team Rocket actually. And then I got this one Japanese card just because I could. But just to make it even with the 4 for $1. But all these the person I bought them from. The one thing you want to do with vendors and sellers is you always want to be, obviously you want to talk to them politely, but you just want to try to mousy a way up of how to ask things. Mousy. So what I did is I asked like, hey, I know this is 4 for $1 and I'm grabbing all these cards. Can I give you an offer for all of them? Because this is like a ton of cards. And I shot them an offer. I said, can I grab these and these other cards here you have for $1? I'll just pay these ones for $1, but these, all the stack here, can I do it for $45? And the person I was talking to, she's like, yeah, sure, I'll do it for $45. Again, I didn't count it. I did, in my mind, count like at least $10 worth of cards. And I had that set aside. I just had the stacks all uneven. So she wasn't able, I don't think she was able to keep track how much it was on there, but it was about $90. So I got all that for $45, which is pretty neat, considering that they're in pretty good condition as well. And then these are actual holo rares from the vintage sets. So the Hitmonlee I got for $1. This was actually a mispriced card, because when I picked up from the guy, I'm like, hey, this is $1, says it on the back. He's like, yeah, that's fine. And he looked at it, it's not in the best condition, but he's like, oh no, that's wrong price, that should not be in $1. He's like, yeah, go ahead, go take it. So he did want to take a picture of it, and he was texting someone. So I suppose whoever priced it got in deep trouble. My bad, that was not my intention. And these here I got from the same guy. These were in $1. These were intentionally $1. They're not in good condition at all. Like the Magneton here, that is pretty scuffed and beat up, but for $1 to use as a playset in a deck, yeah, that's a good deal. Same thing with the Lapras here. That is not in good condition at all. But for $1 and using it in a playset, there you go. That's a good deal. These ones here, this is another trick I do with sellers. Is they'll have something like these magnetons were $9 each, and I asked the guy, hey, these are $9 each. If I do 7 a piece, would you let me get all 4 of them? And he's like, yeah, sure, I could do that. So that's kind of one thing, is that if you try to say, hey, this one card is $9, would you do 7 for it? They'll probably say no, but they're trying to get moved inventory, and if they have a lot of the same card, it's most likely they're not moving it. You can probably try to mouse a way into it by saying, hey, can I get all these for that price? So you do have to kind of pay out of the pocket for more cards, but if your goal is to get more cards, then it works out for you. But that's just a trick I do and something worth mentioning. And these are in real great condition. I believe one of them is kind of a little flimsy. But otherwise, the magnetons, I mean, it was a pretty much a good deal for $7. This is the one. Yeah, this is the one that's got like a dent right there. I don't know if it picks up on the camera, but it looks like someone put their fingernail right there. And then the Clefable, the guy had it for $9. He had it for $10. I asked him, hey, can I grab this for 7 as well? Because I'm grabbing everything else for 7. He's like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. So I got that for 7. But unfortunately, Clefable is scuffed right here. I didn't see that. So even though I got it for less, if I had seen that there, I probably would have passed. Because even though I got it for less, I still want the cards to be in like tradable condition or tradable desire condition. Like this Magneton is super clean, and that's definitely worth trading. But the other Magneton I showed that had scuffed on it, I mean, honestly, that would have a really short trade value. Next, I have these 25th anniversary promo cards from McDonald's. I got 25 of them here, 25, 25th, the irony, I know. These were $1 each, and they usually range from $1 to $5 a piece. So, and they're in perfect condition, like right out of the little paper booster pack they came in. And once again, I asked the seller, hey, I know you have these for $1 each. Can I mousy attempt an offer for you? Yes, I do say mousy all the time. I do use that in my regular speech. Don't judge me. But I don't know, this is a great deal, $1 each, but I'm buying all of these. Would you do 20? And he agreed to 20. So I got these all for 20, which is really great. Again, you just want to... It's a little easier to talk someone down on a price if you grab a big stack of cards, if your intention is to grab a big stack of cards. And then I got some other cards here, some Pikachu anniversary cards, and then Fantina full arts. These were $3 a piece. I managed to grab them for $2 a piece. Again, I asked the guy, hey, if I grab all these, can you do $2 a piece? Usually they're willing to work with you, especially if it's a low value card, because they try to move that like crazy. And speaking of low value cards, not because Eevee is a big deal right now, but I actually got all these Evolution promo cards or Evolution full art cards. I got these all for $1 each. And also at this point is where I also picked up some not English ones. Instead, I got some Korean and Japanese ones here. I just grabbed them because I could. I mean, for $1, so, you know, why not? Like, well, that's an English one. For $1, why not? It's not like the value isn't in that ballpark or will stay in that ballpark. So I decided I can at least see this in person. If I were to get this online, like from TCG Player, as nice as that website is, a lot of the cards I get from there are like scuffed, and I have to like let the seller know that, hey, this isn't in the condition that it was advertised. And they're like, oh, okay, let me send you another one or refund or send it back. Which is funny because this one actually has a English backside, but it's not in English. This is the Korean one. I was staring at it for a minute. I was asking like the seller, I'm like, hey, how come this backside's the USA version and not the different version, but it's different language? And he's like, oh, that's a Korean one. I'm like, okay. I did not realize the Korean cards came with the USA backside, or the English backside, I should say. So I got these all for $1. Pretty neat. And then the big thing I got that I decided on the spot I wanted to get was not these Charizards. These are Obsidian Flame Charizards, but Japanese. These were $1 each, so I picked them up. Last I checked, they're $3, but who knows at this point. Well, I mean, if I check, I can find out, but I'm not going to bother because I just want to live with what I got. But the one thing I decided I wanted to get just on the spot was these Prismatic Evolution Eevees, but the Japanese ones. So I got these Prismatic Evolution Eevees. And then I got here the Jolteons, and these were $1 each. I kid you not, $1 each. Flareons, they're probably not $1 each anymore. They're probably like 50 cents each, knowing how prices fluctuate. But I got the evolution lines, and I was looking around for them. It also says $2, but I only got that for $1. I'll get back to that. But it's one seller had like a dozen copies of each of them, except for Umbreon and Sylveon and Leafeon. So I grabbed 5 copies. No, I grabbed 4 copies from that seller of every card: Eevee, Jolteon, Flareon, Vaporeon, everyone he had. And he didn't have Umbreons. He lacked the Umbreons. He only had like 1 Leafeon. And that was... yeah, he only had 1 Leafeon. So what I ended up doing is like, hey, there's 30 of these here. 29. It was 29 of them. You got 29 of these evolutions from Prismatic Evolution, or at least the Japanese version of Prismatic Evolution. I think the right name in the right set. I don't do the modern sets that often. Would you let me take these for 20? And it was a little bit back and forth, but ultimately we decided on 22. He let me take them for 22, which was great. So I got all these for 22 bucks. And then I went around on the convention looking for another seller that had the Umbreon, because I wanted to walk away with a full set. I didn't want to have an incomplete set and then have to try to look for an Umbreon somewhere else or get it online, because I just didn't want to do that. And I went back to the first seller that I got all these cards from here, and I saw that she had an Umbreon. And she also had a Leafeon, and Sylveon. That's why I have some of these, and an Eevee as well. That's why some of these, there's 5 of them, because I got 4 for one guy. I got 4 of each, and then I got another Eevee there. I got 4 here, another Jolteon. I got 4 here. I got 4 there, and then another Vaporeon, and another Espeon. Here I got 4, another 2, 3 Espeons, 2 Espeons, and the 2 Umbreons. I got them from the same seller I bought from all these, and I'm like, hey, if I'm not trying to drive you crazy here, but will you give me a deal? Will you let me do all these for... I think I offered 14. No, I offered 12. And I was going for my bills, because I was trying to find 12 bucks, because I had several ones, and I think I had 2 5s. She's like, just give me a 10, we'll make it even. I'm like, okay, sure, I'll do that, I'll give you a 10. So she was very generous again, which was great, because I see her at those events pretty often. I pick up cards from her as often as I could, you know. It depends on what she's offering. One time she had a Dragon Knight, like a fossil Dragon Knight, non-hollow. I got that for... I got that for $1, and it was like in perfect condition too. So I've seen that a lot of sellers there, or a lot of buyers I should say, they pick up a lot of stuff. Obviously they pick up the things that of great value, but the cards that are for $1, a lot of people sleep on them or pass by them because you just don't think much of them. I always try to grab things that are like, if not always for $1, but I try to look for stuff that's marked down to like that low, because you don't want to fall asleep on that. Like all these here, when I got to that lady I mentioned, when I got to her, all these first edition cards were there, and no one was like picking them up. They were in these binders for $1 binders, and no one was like grabbing any of the first edition cards. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna grab these. Like I already have these cards. I have 1 or 2 copies of each. I mean, now I have about 10 copies of each, but I'm gonna grab these cards because they looked really good. And even if they were scuffed for 25 cents for first edition common card for a vintage set, that's not a bad deal as far as I can know. That's not a bad deal. And if I grab a bunch, hopefully I can talk her down, and pretty much got it for half the price, because again, it was like $90 for the whole stack. I got it for $45, including all the non-hollows that were here, like non-hollow rares. Well, non-hollow rares, with the exception of this handful right here. These ones I bought for $1 each from her. But this is what I picked up over there this time in Ec3. Again, I went with like $600 in my pocket, hoping to grab at least 4 base set 1, 2, and Dark Charizards, and I could not find a single person who had them for that low. They even had the Celebrations Charizard for like 110 bucks, and I thought that was crazy because I usually get them for between 50 to 80 online. So I have no idea what that's all about. You gotta be a patient mouse to find good prices, by the way. It is kind of a head scratcher because last time I was there, I saw some base set 1 and 2 Charizards that were like graded, and they were like 2, 3, 4s for around 200 bucks. And then I saw non-graded Charizards that were like in even worse condition, but people wanted 300 bucks for it. And I'm just like, I'm disconnected here. I don't get it. Wouldn't the worst condition raw be worth less than the crap condition graded, but what do I know? And just for the sake of showing, this is the Charizard I picked up online the other day. Well, it came about a week later, but this was 111 bucks, so 111. I got this online, and it's in real great condition. Like, the only problem is the little corner here, but that's not too atrocious. But for 111 bucks, this base set 2 Charizard, this is like in super good condition. So that's why when people say like 300 for like a beat up Charizard, I'm like, no way. There is no way. Alright, as I said in person, there's no mousy way. I gotta stop saying that. Using mousy as a adjective, pronoun, and verb. I know people look at me weird when I do that. But I can't help being a blue spherical round water mousy. Squeak squeak.